Thanks for checking in to WeatherBug here on this Thursday. Meteorologist Todd Nelson with a look at your national coast-to-coast forecast, which today is brought to you by ServPro, helping make sure your home or business is ready for whatever happens. And of course, weather nowadays seems to be a little bit more interesting every day, doesn't it? We have a ridge of high pressure in the west. Record heat, some wildfires, and then in the east we're dealing with some record cool temperatures, at least earlier today, or at least earlier this week we were, and then some flooding rains, of course, in the Midwest in June, leaving with some interesting weather still yet to come for the rest of the summer. But western heat and a comfy east, depending on what side of the country you're on. You're either in a ridge of high pressure or a trough of low pressure. But front range severe threat and then some southern flooding all coming up here. Temperatures in the southwest very warm yesterday, more triple-digit heat, feeling a little bit more like mid to late September around the Great Lakes and into the Tennessee Valley. We're still running about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than average, basically from the front range on east. 86 today at Dallas. Might see a severe threat there, but lots of sun in Chicago and Washington, D.C. and New York. And that's a change from what we had earlier this week. But this is your high amplitude weather pattern again. Ridge of high pressure bumping well up into Canada, and then this trough of low pressure diving back down into the eastern U.S. That trough of low pressure, though, begins to shift back up north into Canada, and then we start to see this ridge build back into the central U.S. That means we're going to be turning up the heat into next week. There's your best chance of severe weather today from north of the hill country to Dallas-Fort Worth, and even an isolated tornado threat, kind of an elevated tornado threat. And looking at the severe threat for tomorrow to be kind of minimal, but still into the lower Mississippi Valley, a few stronger storms. And then on Saturday, we'll look for that threat as well. But heavy rain down that way could lead to some flash flooding over the next couple of days.